NASCAR Nationwide Series at Nashville Superspeedway.
Harvick off of turn 4. Looks like he'll hold off the challenge of Clint Boyer and win for the 18th time in his NASCAR Busch Series career.
And the checkered flag flies for the 11th time in his career. Carl Edwards, he goes back-to-back after winning in Bristol. And the battle is for the race win, and it looks like it's going to be Joey Logano. Coming through turn 4 for the 4th time. The youngster is going to pick up his first win of the 2009 campaign here at Nashville, playing the guitar. Turn number 4, the two-tire strategy wins here at Nashville for Kevin Harvick and a closing Reed Sorensen.
Nashville, the Nashville Film Fest and the home of historical NASCAR tracks. But in order to figure out how we got to NASCAR returning to Nashville Superspeedway, we have to talk about the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. In the 90s, Fairgrounds was a staple in the Busch Series, now Xfinity, but NASCAR was moving to a new age. NASCAR was growing and needed a new track in Nashville for the Busch Series. While the Fairgrounds Speedway was holding its final Busch Series event in 2000, the Nashville Superspeedway was in construction. The debut for the new track was in 2001 for the Busch Series. After the Fairgrounds had its final race in 2000 and everyone left the facility, people were waiting for the Nashville Superspeedway debut race in 2001.
Got very much for the 60 car, but they do think they can run second. And right now they're getting ready to go back green.
Greg Biffle gets a good jump going down into turn 1.
A quarter spring rubber in the right rear.
Greg Biffle. They have seen Biffle in the truck series. That was a mighty exciting finish. I think he only get the law. Drive all over the racetrack.
And he's got a way to, and you say, the front side for
Oh no, he don't care what side the car gets thrown.
It's a 10-year start for Greg Biffle. Very first Busch start was in Rome at the end of the fall of 1996.
That's the white flag. On his final lap. Mile and a third to go. You got this one in the bag, buddy. Just don't make a mistake.
Jason Keller is out of time. Greg Biffle hauls it down off 3. He's headed into 4.
Here he comes back to the line for the last time to win the inaugural race here at the new Nashville Superspeedway.
And Greg Biffle wins his first NASCAR Busch Series race.
The 2001 race was a success! 30,000 people attended the inaugural race to see Greg Biffle win his first NASCAR Busch Series win. At this time, IndyCar and NASCAR trucks started racing at Nashville Superspeedway. In 2002, the NASCAR Busch Series Pepsi 300 race winner was Scott Riggs. And NASCAR added another NASCAR Busch Series date at Nashville known as the Inside Tracks 300. And the winner was Jacques Sprague, getting his only NASCAR Busch Series win. In 2003, the owner of the track, Dover Incorporated, suddenly lost $3 million in the facility, even though they earned in 2002 $2.2 million. The reason for the drop in money was marketing expenses and other facilities. Dover International Speedway and Nashville Superspeedway lost money during this very short period of time. Between 2003 and 2006, not much happened. There were the usual NASCAR races, IndyCar races, and a new ARCA date was announced and regular track maintenance. But in 2007, everything changed. The Indy race in 2007 was rained out and postponed. Without a doubt, it was a hard indicator for a drop in reputation for the track. The next year happened again, and the race had to be shortened to 171 laps out of 200. Scott Dixon was the winner of both of those races. While the less than perfect weather made people leave for shelter, many die-hard fans stuck it out. Attendance was becoming a big problem with every Nashville Superspeedway event. People just weren't showing up. That led to a big problem for the track for two reasons. First, the owner of the track could not pay the bills for long. And secondly, the track couldn't get a NASCAR Cup date until they get a certain number of people to attend. This problem had to be fixed soon, because it wasn't just attendance, it was TV viewership as well. Nashville was known to have good races on TV and in the stands. But now with no one showing up to the events, the NASCAR Nationwide Series, previously the Busch Series, and Camping World Truck Series races would be pointless. It was 2011 when NASCAR discussed leaving the track for good, but instead they gave the green light in 2012, and 2012 ended up being the final year NASCAR race at Nashville.
He will take it away from Crafton. Austin Dillon wins in Nashville.
To locals, this news was terrible. A lot of people liked the track, but with horrible news from NASCAR, it seemed Nashville Superspeedway would never be open again. But the races went on, and after they finished, the track closed almost immediately. The track was in disrepair and was waiting for anyone to buy it. Finally, 2 years later, it happened. Next Ovation Inc. bought the track in 2014 for $27 million. But the deal failed, and Dover Incorporated sold it to Pantone Development Company in 2016 for $44 million. And they had different plans for Nashville Superspeedway. They planned it to make a commercial park, but that also never happened. Finally, after several years, the track reopened to motorsport in 2021, and NASCAR said that they would return. They planned to race a triple-header weekend for NASCAR Xfinity Series, Truck Series, and Cup Series. And that's the history of Nashville Superspeedway. Thank you for watching, and happy Father's Day!